Honda VFR1200F Best Motorcycle Review 16V V4, 6 gears. The Honda VFR1200F is everything Honda learned over 35 years of building sweet V4s, expanded to 1,237 cubic centimeters and packed up in big, slippery bodywork, with a ride-by-wire throttle, ABS and, as an option, Honda's dual-clutch transmission. Traction control standard from 2012 onwards, along with a less slippy seat and a few tweaks. But it's not stunning, hasn't moved the game on like an all-new Honda V4 probably should have done, and it does have a few niggly faults. For 2012 the VFR gets updated styling, traction control, more torque, improved comfort and improved fuel range, replacing the 2010 to 2011 Honda VFR 1200F. Between 2010 to 2016 you could also order an automatic version of this bike called the Honda VFR 1200F DCT. Ride quality and brakes. Steering is slow, as you'd expect from a bike weighing 267 kilograms, but it tracks smoothly in the turns and feels stable. The seat is comfy and the riding position fairly neutral. You could easily ride for a full day without succumbing to sore wrists or arse. The biggest source of complaint from owners, although not all owners, a significant majority were perfectly happy with the standard setup. There's not much adjustment, and standard settings are too soft for many, especially 2-up. Add to that a penchant for the rear remote preload adjuster to seize and/or leak. Some owners have had 3 or 4 replaced under warranty, and an aftermarket shock looks like a good option. Engine. The V4 engine is the centerpiece of the VFR. It has masses of grunt more than the previous version and retains the characterful V4 bark from the exhaust. You barely need to take the engine above 4,000 RPM, but when you do it takes off, howling just like an RC30. The gearbox is among the slickest out there. There have been reports of valves burning out. It's vital to not neglect the valve clearance checks every 16,000 miles, which may give some warning of looming problems. Whatever the reason, there have been a few unlucky owners who've suffered complete engine seizures. So far Honda have been pretty good at covering or contributing to costs, but it highlights the importance of a service record and a helpful dealer. Reliability and build quality. The finish on the VFR 1200 is excellent, exactly what you'd expect from Honda. It comes with the usual, solid Honda reliability. Our Honda VFR 1200 owners' reviews show a lot of love for this bike. It only loses marks for its lack of kit relative to rival bikes. Several owners said they'd noticed an increase in oil consumption and/or smoke from the exhaust after a 16,000-mile valve clearance check. In most cases it was later traced to the workshop having left out or incorrectly fitted some rubber O-rings when replacing valve covers. Value versus rivals. At more than £12,000 it was about the same price as a base model BMW R1200 RT. But the RT came with panniers, £725 on the VFR, and a comprehensive list of add-ons including a sat-nav, traction control and electronic suspension, where the Honda's catalog included little more than luggage, heated grips and a center stand. Honda VFR 1200F side profile showing engine and exhaust. At this price it needs something which sets it quite apart from the rest of the competition, which the Honda lacks. More capable tourers can be had for a similar price. Other rival bikes include the BMW K1300S and K1300 GT, or Kawasaki's ZZR 1400 and GTR 1400. Honda VFR 1200F running costs. Service schedule. Unusually, the VFR 1200F has an 8,000-mile interim service interval. Most Hondas are 4,000 miles, which is good. However, it's due a valve clearance check every 16,000 miles, which isn't so good. Exhaust valves are screw and lock nut adjustment, hence the short interval, while intake valves are by shim and rarely actually need adjusting. Surprisingly, you're only supposed to change the spark plugs every 32,000 miles. Few owners do all their own maintenance, but those who do say it's okay if you're used to V4s and their lack of access, but you really need to be careful when removing and replacing the bodywork. There are lots of fiddly fasteners and easy to damage lugs. New and used parts prices. Genuine service parts are reasonable, £12 for an oil filter, £33.59 for an air filter and £33.59 per caliper for front brake pads. The VFR uses 2 pairs of pads per front caliper. Predictably, crash damage parts are more pricey. A fairing midsection is £340, for example. The VFR isn't particularly well served by the aftermarket, but Wimoto offer plenty of service parts including an oil filter at £5.28 and a K&N washable air filter for £53.58, as well as a YSS replacement rear shock for £289. There aren't many VFR12s in breakers so far, and those you do find tend to have been comprehensively smashed. So bodywork and other crash damage parts can be hard to find. Bear that in mind if you're looking at a used bike with cosmetic damage. Good low-mileage rear diffs also attract a premium. Equipment. For 2012, the big VFR got Honda's traction control system, which is reassuring in tricky conditions with the Grunty motor. Comes with ABS, which gives a bit more confidence on the brakes and is a welcome safety net. For some strange reason, Honda decided to switch the indicator toggle and horn round. Bike also got a grippier seat. The 2010 to 2011 VFR 1200s was really slippery, LED lights, body-colored rear panels and a slightly larger fuel capacity.